Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are Group 7 from the course UNGS 2060. We would like to present a topic about social media and the Malaysian youth in the 21st century, context, moral challenges, and opportunities for growth. My name is Aulia Sabita. I will begin with the introduction. Mobile technologies, the internet, and social media have become social influences, particularly among young adults aged 18 to 29, also known as the millennial generation. Since the introduction of the internet to the Malaysian public in 1995, many strategic steps have been taken to accelerate its spread. The introduction of broadband in 2007 establishes the internet's place as an essential component of Malaysian life. Better and faster internet access has enhanced the growth of social media, e-commerce, and online businesses. According to CAM, almost 19% of Malaysians' internet users to have registered social media accounts. Malaysians are considered as sociable online as they have among the highest average number of friends on social networks in the world. The various forms of sociality that social media provides allow Malaysian youth to share their work or content creation such as images, videos, writing with one another for communication, building new relationships, and maintaining existing ones, as well as using it for information seeking and educational purposes. This demonstrates how social media can meet the needs of young people for relationships development, while also providing them with a unique opportunity to become active media participants. There is no doubt that social media is useful, but Malaysian youth must be careful of the risks, which include spam, hoaxes, cyberbullying, online harassment, and sexting. In addition, addiction to social media may have undesirable mental and physical consequences in youth. They can use social media to help them develop their personalities. However, it can also harm their mental health by causing depression and anxiety. Malaysian youths who are exposed to social media may believe that their peers' lives are better than their own and can have serious consequences for one's health and future prospects.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sulfahim Pinit, and I will continue to the next part, which is social networkings. And social networks are virtual communities that allow individuals to interact with one another. And social networking service, which is SNS. It is an internet-based platform used in building and developing social relations among people. And many social networks revolve around interests, activities, and hobbies. Social networks serve dual roles as both the supplier and the consumer of content. And they provide the user with a choice that who can see their profile, and a profile is generated from answer to questions such as age, location, interest, and so on. And to protect user privacy, social networks typically have controls that allow user to choose who can view their profile and contact them and add them to their list of contact, and so on. And there are a lot of social networking sites, and the most well-known are Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And Facebook, it became the largest social networking site in 2009, and it remained the largest photo sharing site. Marketing strategy have found Facebook to be useful. And next one is YouTube. YouTube is the video sharing platform where many people can discover, watch, and share user-generated video. And it is a website of participatory culture and became the most successful internet website, providing a short video sharing service, as I mentioned before. And YouTube's establishment in early 2005. And next one is Instagram. This Instagram has more than 400 million dynamic clients and is posted by Facebook. and a significant number of its clients utilize it to post data about travel, form, sustenance, workmanship, and comparable subjects. And what the positive impact of social media on youth? First one is social medias can allow teens or youngsters to find support online that they probably lack in the traditional relationships. And second one is social media as a useful information can be exchanged over a lot of platforms, social medias. And third one, during a critical development period, teenagers also can go to social networking sites for advice and information. And lastly, a teenager or youngster can look to social media for getting the answer related to their career objectives. While there are also the negative impact of social media on youth. For example, mostly teenager and youngster waste a lot of time on social media like chatting, and it will affect also to their health. And some useless blogs influence youth extremely that they become violent and can take some inappropriate actions in the future, and a kind of murder, kidnapping, and robbery can be easily done by sharing details on social media. And today is not clear who the stranger, so especially in the field of social media is all very dangerous. And this is the statistic of 2021 share of social media user in Malaysia. So according to this report, and the chart have shown that YouTube see the highest number of users with a penetration rate of 94%, and after that followed by Facebook at 89% and Instagram at 75%. And Malaysia is the leading video consuming country in Southeast Asia with an average of 7.2 hours a week spent watching online videos.
Alright, so the next topic we'll be moving on to is the challenges of social media. I'm Nurfatini Narazman, matric number 1819308, and I'll be covering this topic. So first off, we have security and privacy. This is one of the major issues of online social networks, which is privacy. Defining privacy is a difficult task. It could mean that a person or an individual or a group or organization request to determine when, how, and to what extent their own information, which to them is considered private, may be disclosed to a third party. So another definition could be that privacy is the selective and controlled access to the information that is personal. So privacy doesn't mean hiding exactly. And for the Malaysian youths who have been raised in an era of remarkable socio-economic, cultural, and technological changes, there are concerns when there is a lack of understanding on protecting information privacy. There's risks to identity theft, fraud, scams, or unauthorized use of personal data. And these issues need to be addressed to the young generations, especially to the Malaysian youths. There could be hackers that tend to steal others' accounts by using their personal information, and they could also retrace passwords to unlock their social media accounts. So it just shows how important it is to be able to educate these Generation Z and these Malaysian youths on protecting themselves from the larger network community. And the second main issue is addiction. So checking and scrolling through social media has become an increasingly popular activity over the years. I'm sure every one of us tends to do that. So although the majority of people use social media, most of the time it's not really that problematic, but there are a small percentage of users that tend to become addicted to it. So this social media addiction is a behavioral addiction when one becomes overly concerned about social media that they lose sight of the reality concerning them. It's because of the amount of time spent on social media that it actually breaks their concentration or impairs them from other important areas of their life. So social media is actually addictive both physically and psychologically. It affects the brain and stimulates it to the point where it becomes a habitual behavior of constantly checking your social media. So other factors that could lead to addiction is a source of coping mechanism to relieve stress, loneliness, or depression. This evokes some kind of dependency on social media, and the more they use it as a coping mechanism, the more they become addicted to it. So it happens that it can lead to a disturbance to the education of Malaysian youths when they spend too much time on social media. So they would use it for entertainment and games rather than for productivity. So it's a struggle to control ourselves, especially the youths, from, instead of spending too much time on social media, to focus on other things as well. Okay, and then we have the last point, which is social media validation. So this is a very common issue that needs to be discussed, is social media validation. So it's normal for us to want to be liked by others, and it's good to have a community of friends. However, social media has changed how we interact and build friendships over the internet. So friendships and popularity are now measured in hearts, likes, comments, views, shares, and follows, and these kinds of social feedbacks are used to measure the success of one's post and ultimately one's life. So this such affirmation and validation from social media can actually have a negative effect on our mental health, and especially the youths, because they tend to resort to this kind of validation. So like some negative impacts on these individuals would be that they would have low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and self-love as well. So constantly comparing oneself to others on social media in seemingly what might be created as a perfect life, because not everything you see on social media is their life. They're probably showcasing the highlight of an event that doesn't necessarily happen every day. So it's not the actual reality. But these things tend to evoke feelings of jealousy and epicaricacy to those who actually follow them on social media. So it becomes a kind of negative impact on especially the youths who are at this point in life trying to find themselves.
In summary, Malaysian youth are keen social media users. Many of them use multiple social media sites and frequently use the medium for extended periods of time. They primarily use social media to share information, learning, relationship building, and so on. Despite the risks, social media can provide Malaysian youth with valuable opportunities to develop skills and form meaningful friendships, improve communication, and technical skills. As social media has become a part of everyday life, it is critical for Malaysian youth to learn how to communicate online in order to prepare them for future career opportunities and to assist them in interacting with friends and family. Next, by conducting a social benefit campaign, they also can use social media to raise awareness of a specific cause that they are passionate about and have a reward impact on bringing about change where they would like to see it. Last but not least, they will broaden their connection and understanding of the world. Malaysian youth can learn and appreciate diverse perspectives and worldviews to fully understand the world around them and expand their knowledge on a variety of topics. With so many ideas shared across so many platforms, they can discover areas of interest and use the platform to educate themselves. Finally, using the internet entails a great deal of responsibility. As a result, we strongly recommend for Malaysian youth to be allowed to give a time limit for using social media, establish clear, healthy social media boundaries, as well as demonstrate becoming a source of useful information. And we strongly advise that the quality of social media interaction that Malaysian youth have been carefully monitored, because it can assist in understanding the issue that can result in negative outcomes. In essence, it is critical to raise general social awareness about social media and its implications. That's all from us. Thank you for your kind attention. May Allah bless all of you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.